Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
Hey, this is Julian and Brandon, and we are Brand of Julez. You are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, I am bringing you guys awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a privilege to have Julian and Brandon of Brand of Julez. Brand of Julez hail from New York, and they have released their current single and video entitled Take It All Away, filmed in Staten Island, New York, and was directed by Christian Lawrence. Also, Brand of Julez have also released their current debut album entitled Forward, which is out now. And I'm just going to say this right now. I normally don't say this straight up at the beginning of the interviews. Check this fucking band out, everybody. I like this music. I like how they sound. I like what they are portraying in their music. The conviction that they're singing with, it's good. It's good to see bands out there that have not gave up on rock and roll. And thank you guys for that, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Those words, man, mean a lot to us. We appreciate it.
Let's jump into this. How's it been working with Tag Publicity so far?
Oh, it's been awesome, man. They did a great publicity on our last tour. We were with Orgy and Motivator. And, Tracy and George, just awesome people, great conversations every time we get on the phone. They work real hard at what they do. They got a lot of passion behind what they do. And I admire that so much. They believe in the bands that they're backing, and it's really cool. It's really cool. It's great. It's great working with them. We had a ton of press on our last tour, interviews at pretty much every show. So it was great. It was great.
Brand of Julez has released their current single and video entitled Take It All Away. Guys, was it hard to choose between the current set of songs on this album? Which one would be the first single, let alone video and second single? And what did you want that first song to say for Brand of Julez, for the ones who have not got to hear your music as of yet?
Well, when they first hear it, I hope they hear the heavy guitars and the loud vocals and the powerful lyrics. I hope they if they also get to catch the video, they'll also see all the hair from all four of the band members. So I hope they just see this. I hope it just drips rock and roll to them when they see it. You know what I mean? The long curly hair. The heavy riffs, the powerful lyrics, you know what I mean? I hope that they all just be like, this is freaking rock and roll, because
yes, sir.
That's what I see,
Yes, sir. What do you guys hope everyone takes away from this new single, or message you hope they hear while listening to it, or just any of Brand of Julez music in general? What do you hope they get from any of this, guys?
So what we hope from people listening to this single, with the whole politics going on nowadays, we want people to know that this song is for everyone. It's not about the left side. It's not about the right side. It's about us together.
Mm-hmm.
And we can take away, when we feel what's not going right for us.
Yeah, I hate that there's always got to be this left side of thinking and this right side of thinking. And if you don't think the same as the other side, you're the enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The song is about mainly unity, you know what I mean? And that we as a people, you know what I mean? We ultimately have the power at the end of the day. And if you don't like how things are being done, to get up and do something, you know what I mean? We all have a voice to be heard, and every voice matters,
And you're right, man. Everybody seems like it's divided, and I hate that. I mean, everybody has an opinion, and that's all cool and fine with me. But respect everybody's opinion. Just because they like something you don't doesn't mean that you're the one better than the right one.
Exactly. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and to strongly feel how they feel. But
right.
That doesn't mean that doesn't mean we can't be friends. You know what I mean? And I think that's a huge problem that is just going on with people today in general and politics, and it can go into like any kind of situation,
Yeah.
become violent. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Easily.
It
and quick.
really, really gets grimy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's there should be no call for that. You know, everyone, respect everybody's opinions. You know, and we're all looking for the good of us. You know, ultimately that's what it comes down to. It's what's going to be the best for everyone. You know, I mean, honestly, that's what we love about the single is that it promotes basically that bringing people together. Showing like that we all are one, basically.
It's like if you guys love 30 Seconds to Mars, and then you're like, "Hey, John, do you like 30 Seconds to Mars?" I'm gonna be like, "No." That's not mean I'm gonna sit there and chastise you for that. That's your opinion. That's what you
exactly.
like.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people need to grow the fuck up. That's just plain and simple.
that's the main thing, man. Yeah, 100%.
Any songs, guys, standing out more to you than any right now, if possible, on the current album? I mean, I know these change every time you listen to it because this is like choosing your favorite collectible or your favorite lady or anything like that, maybe.
Yeah. There's a ton of songs I love on the album. A song that I love to perform live and that means a lot to me is a song called Falling Up. It's just got super heavy riff in the beginning, killer breakdown. The lyrics mean a lot to me. So yeah, to me that's probably my next favorite song on the album.
For me, it's Monkey off of the album. It's the lyrics. I mean, besides the crescendo into the song in the beginning, the lyrics go deep into drug addiction. A lot of struggles that people have to deal with. Nowadays. And it's really just. I love singing along to that song all the time. Whenever we play live, when people come up to me and they know what the lyrics mean and they're just like struggling with that their whole lives and how this song touched them emotionally.
See,
it's a beautiful moment.
Look at this, guys. What we just talked about previously before we went on air here.
Right.
I mean, look how it cycles back about just wanting to help folks and put a smile on their face and just let the music take you away. See, that's what I'm saying. That's
exactly. And I love that. If our music can do help anybody in any kind of struggle, I mean that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like it blows my mind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so to hear things like that, Monkey's another one that's another favorite of mine on the album.
Who did the artwork on this album for you guys? Because it looks pretty badass to me.
So that one was a company out. Actually, I'm pretty sure they were in the Czech Republic. They do artwork for bands. We were recommended by them from a friend of ours, and we liked the samples that they had. So we kind of had this theme that we were kind of thinking of, and we just started working with them. And the first draft was a pretty finished version of what's on the album now, and it was like a couple tweaks here and there. But it was like once we first saw it, we was like, yes, like this is awesome. Because like album artwork can get cheesy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the first thing that people see. You know what I mean? And they will judge right off of that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to listen to this, or I don't care about this, or you know what I mean? So I wanted something to like be cool and that people were like, I think that would catch people's attention and would want to make them listen to the song, to the album. So I thought the artwork was killer. I thought they did an amazing job. So we'll definitely be working with them in the future on future EPs and LPs and things like that.
I want to throw this in here, and this is kind of lengthy about the album itself, because Forward was self-produced by you guys, correct?
Yes. And with Joey Z.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit. You guys worked on this album with Joey Z, of course, from Life of Agony, and Mike Ferretti at Architect Music. He's worked with Seven Dust and mastering perfection of Andy Dett at Engine Room Audio, who's worked with Seven Dust, Muse, and Rush. How was working with all these folks, man? Did they bring something out of you guys that you never thought that was there possibly?
It was awesome working with each every one of them. We first recorded our album with Joey Z, and it was just awesome to record with. He's one of those people that when you talk to for, you can have like a 15-minute conversation with him, and you walk away and you're like best friends. You know what I mean? Like, while you're talking to him, you're like, you feel like you've known this guy for all your life. You know what I mean? He's just a gem of a soul. He's a great guy, and he really brings out the best in you while you're recording, you know. Everything from just recording to him to even, like, having talks during lunch, you know what I mean? When we would have take a lunch break, you know. He's a family guy, you know. He's really close with his wife and his kids, and, you know, me and my brother were very close to our family, too, so we have that in common, and you know, he grew up in Brooklyn, you know, we're from the Bronx, you know what I mean? So the whole New York City thing, you know. So we're definitely, it was great working with him. It was a blast. And for the other dynamic, you know, Mike Ferretti and Andy, they were just awesome people to work with. We actually recorded Take It All Away with Mike Ferretti. And he was recommended by a good friend of ours. And as soon as I saw the name Seven Dust attached with him, I was like, wait a minute, he just did the last 3 Seven Dust albums and he's willing to, like, record with us? I'm like, hell yeah. You know, I love Seven Dust. They're one of my favorite bands, so I was like, hell yeah, I'd love to record with him. So, and then we tracked Take It All Away with him, and he's just another great guy to record with. Brings out the best in you. Super friendly. He's another family man too, so he's got awesome stories. You know, recording artists that he recorded with other people. Like we're doing an EP with him right now, and we just tracked guitars and bass with him 2 weeks ago. And he was sitting there telling us stories while we were having dinner about, like, Zach Wild and all these other people that he, like, did recordings with, you know. So he's awesome, and Andy's just an awesome guy. He's a master at what he does, and we feel very, very confident in our team of, like, you know, recording and knowing that it's going to sound great.
What has adding Nick Cash, and I hope I pronounced his last name right, Cashmanamian, and Frankie D'Esposito, what's adding those two guys brought to this band that may have been missing possibly?
It's brought unity to the band, you know, where we're definitely 4 guys that we call each other brothers, and we look out for each other, and me and Brandon haven't really experienced that with former band members. So besides bringing, you know, great ideas to the table, great energy on stage, just being great guys. Besides all that, I think the most important thing was their friendship and the unity that they bring to the table that we feel is one. So, yeah.
How much growth musically have you guys seen this band, and including yourselves, go through up to the release of this album and plus working on new stuff? Or also has it just been personal growth for each of you all involved in this?
I felt like so much personal growth and musical growth. You know what I mean? Like me and my brother started this band when we were 16 and 13. You know, it's very, you know, it's a very interesting age. You know what I mean? You're learning a lot about yourself. You know, you're seeing the type of man you're going to become, you know what I mean, in the future. And then as you're doing this, you're also, like, pursuing this rock and roll dream and doing this band. You know what I mean? So
right.
With music, I've seen an extreme amount of growth, which I think is super important. From our first EPs, you know what I mean, till the music that we're writing up to today is just, it almost sounds like 2 different bands or musicians, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We've grown a lot, you know, we're all self-taught. So I'm super impressed with the music that we're writing now. I love the album Forward that we put out, and my whole goal is to just keep upping yourself every album, every new song that you put out, single, EP, album, to up the last one, you know what I mean? To make it, if you love what you did before, I want to make this next single, this next album, I want to make it even better, you know, and then when we put out that one, I want to make the next one even better, you know what I mean? So it's this constant pushing yourself every song that you do. So I think with having that kind of mindset, you're just going to keep growing no matter what, you know what I mean? Because that, you know what I mean? From an early age, I always kind of had that mindset of always upping the new song that you just put out, you know? So I think that just having that mindset alone just pushed us to keep writing better, you know, and pushing ourselves musically.
You two being brothers, it's amazing that you guys don't fight all the time because of brothers.
Well,
a lot of songs.
Yeah. I think we are brothers, you know what I mean? We live together, so, you know, we disagree and we fight like every other normal set of brothers, I assume, you know what I mean? But the thing I love about me and Brandon is no matter how big of a fight we get, or no matter whatever we get into, disagreement, whatever it is, I know at the end of the day that we got each other's back and that we love each other, you know? So, yeah, that alone just always keeps us together, you know? You got to have a lot of, I think the best thing to make it work is having a lot of respect for each other, which, you know, sometimes we can fall off, you know what I mean, on both ends, you know what I mean, for me and for him, you know. So it's a matter of, and I think there's also got to be a balance in the friendship too, you know, like there's things that Brandon will do that will pull us together, and, you know, and then there's times where I'll pull Brandon together and I'll pull us back together, you know what I mean, and so it's like this balanced relationship, you know what I mean, that you have to have and know what's the best and worst in each other and try not to bring those parts out, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think we, you know, it's funny, we actually fight a lot more about stupid little things at home than we're actually on tour.
Yeah, actually, on
like,
tour, it's a whole different story.
Who didn't take the trash out or yada yada or this stupid thing, you know what I mean? But when we're on tour, it's completely different. We never have any arguments at all, you know, because we're in a different setting and it's just. I think that's a real test to see how we would react. And we did our first tour together, and we came back, and everything was fine, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good sign. And since then we've been on multiple tours, 2 months plus, you know, being in a van together and traveling from city to city, you know what I mean? And we still love each other.
And we literally sleep like 3 inches away from each other, you know. So can't get much closer than that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the both of you guys, what can fans expect at a show from Brand of Julez who have not got to see you guys live as of yet? What are they going to get when they come and see you?
A lot of sweat, a lot of hair, and a lot of alcohol. So.
Best time of your life.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting there on Monday saying that, hell yeah, I want to go to another Brand of Julez show because those guys bring it every time, and I want to keep partying with those guys.
We're living in the digital era of recording albums, of course, to get music out quicker, and now we've got social media to reach out to more folks who have not got to hear of Brand of Julez. Do you guys like this that we're living in now?
I personally think it's amazing. I think you could create a fan base in Germany while living in Texas. You know what I mean? Forget it. You could create a fan base in South Africa, and you could be in, you know, North Dakota, you know, with your music. And because of social media, you could share your music all over the world and share it with multiple people and all of their friends and their family and their friends. And you know what I mean? So I think it's a great way to get music out there as opposed to 50 years ago. You know what I mean? You could only create as much buzz as you could as, you know what I mean, as much as far as radio could take it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as far as you're able to play, you know what I mean? I feel like social media and all the digital world is able for you to share your music to the world. And I think that's everyone's goal, really, at the end of the day, no matter what genre or what you're doing. If you're writing a song, you really just want the whole world to hear it. So
for me, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship when it comes to social media, you know, with bands and things like that, because exactly what Julian was saying, like you could reach so many more people through social media. But the thing that I'm not a big fan of with social media is that, you know, that some people are not able to, they're not able to function it, you know, through their phones or computers. They don't know, you know, what's going on. So then they miss out. And it also takes away, I feel like it's taken away from radio a bit, you know, and that's what I love is all these radio stations coming out now playing music. You know, before here in New York, you know, there was no rock radio at all whatsoever, you know, unless you had Sirius XM Octane, you know. And then actually in the past couple of months, there's been, you know, I forgot what station it was called. Julian, do you know?
for which one?
The rock radio station here in New York.
Oh,
92.3, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that plays modern day rock and roll, you know, and that gives people a chance who are not on their mobile phones or computers a chance to hear new music. Yeah, and that's I mean, for me everything's radio. You know, I feel like with radio you're able to hear and experience new things. I mean, of course, obviously there's, you know, social media as well, but I guess I always love like that old school way of thinking. You know what I mean? When it comes to it, so it's a love-hate relationship for me on that end.
There's another side to it that really sucks. You know, like I think live streaming your shows and like I think even something as simple as like putting like a whole show from like somebody recording on their phone on YouTube. I think a lot of people can just see it on YouTube. It's like, well, I don't need to go to the show. I can see it here from my couch. You know what I mean? And it's like
taking away
it's
the
a
experience from them. You know,
a complete different experience. You know what I mean? Being there and seeing the show live. You know what I mean? So I think in a way it definitely takes away from like live shows and people being more drawn to staying inside than going out. You know, and like, well, I don't need to see the show. I can see it. You know, their download festival performance on YouTube. You know what I mean? So I already know how they sound, so I don't need to go see them. You know, so I think that aspect of the digital world kind of hinders a lot of bands coming out today. But, you know, I guess it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, exactly.
What does Brand of Julez bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now, guys, if anything?
I'd say the music brings more realness, emotion. I think a lot of bands, they tend to lose that nowadays. I think of bands is always like, oh, just trying to write the next hit single. You know what I mean? They kind of lose the emotion of artists that I feel like there was more emotion in music 25 years ago. You know what I mean? Than today.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of artists have lost that, and I feel that's what I would like to bring back to the table. Yeah.
Now, this is a heavy hitter for the both of you guys. What made you both want to become a musician? What was that spark for the both of you?
For me, music's always been a big part of my life. My dad was in a blues band in the 90s, you know, and he was doing his thing. So, you know, me growing up, rock and roll music, blues, everything was always around in the house. So I was immediately drawn to it, and I loved it. So I guess the decision to become a musician, I guess it just started out simple and like, I just want to play bass and kind of play around with it. And then it just kind of escalated to like, I want to play guitar. And then you start playing guitar and all the girls in high school want to hang out with you and know your name. And you know what I mean? It's like, cool, you know, and then you kind of write it, it just kind of all happens, you know, and then you write a couple songs and it's like, oh, cool, like, this song sounds pretty cool, you know, and next thing you know, you got a group of guys and you're hitting the local bar scene in the city, you know what I mean? So, and then, yeah, now we're here, you know, touring the country, you know, doing our thing. So it just kind of all happened for me.
And for me, honestly, it's a funny story. The original reason why I wanted to play music, this is it was like the 10-year-old, 12-year-old Brandon. You know, I was trying to impress a girl. You know, I saw Julian do it, and I was just like, I want this girl in my class. So maybe if I pick up bass, I can get with her. In all hindsight, I did not get with her in the end. You know, mostly because she doesn't like musicians. But what I loved playing more and creating music is become more of a therapy in a way. It's very therapeutic for me. You know, I'm able to write out these emotions that I feel inside. You know, I mean, you know, the latest new songs that we've been writing, you know, me, Julian, and Alan, the three of us together, we stayed up till 3 a.m. completing lyrics for these songs, and it was just the emotion that poured out of all three of us. Yeah, I try to go very, very deep inside my inner mind, my inner heart and emotions when it comes to music. And even when we go to practice, you know, and we're just playing, and you know, I feel like it's like we're playing live. You know, I'm able to give out these emotions that I've been feeling, you know, even in a small practice space, you know, and we're all crammed together. But it's just something about it that for me, I can't imagine not playing, not being a musician, you know, not writing music. You know, it's a work of art. It's beautiful. Yeah.
It's like I've said, man, and you hit the nail on the head. When you're writing music and you're putting that conviction, you're putting that emotion, and you're connecting with it, of course, it's your own music. If you can't stand behind your own music and feel it, how can we do it as fans? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right. Yeah.
But I love when bands can actually say, yeah, I've poured my heart and soul out to that, and you feel it. When you put that album on, that first track, man, you know. You can feel it. At least I can.
Yeah. I can see it too. And I think most people can too, because I think people can notice right away when somebody's being fake, when the performance is being put on. Because as soon as I notice it, I see when other people notice it too. You know what I mean? So if you're not pouring your heart and soul out, the people are gonna know. You know what I mean?
I want to go back to these songs that you guys are writing on right now. Are we going to get something out this year with this, or you want to do an EP? Or are we going to get another full album? What's going on with this, guys?
Definitely we'll be doing another EP. We already have 3 tracks just about done, and we're just working out scheduling. We were going to track another like 3-4 songs and kind of put the best like 5-6 songs we got for an EP. So yeah, that's supposed to be later this year for sure.
Maybe another music video coming. Yeah, we won't give away too many spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay tuned. To be continued.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a country that stands out or shocks you that Brand of Julez gets support from, or your music even gets played in? Has that happened yet so far?
Yeah, we got some plays in like Germany, and like we actually had like
Sweden
band. Yeah, we actually had a couple of CD orders from Sweden, and it was like,
Oh.
what? Like, how did you hear? Like, we're not tackling overseas at all. So it's like, how did you hear us? And people were like, YouTube. Some people said through radio stations, internet radio. So I guess we're getting played over there, and a couple people purchased from our website our CD. So we actually had to send out some CDs to Sweden, which was like the coolest thing ever,
It's awesome. That's really cool when your music's getting out there overseas and connecting with other folks. To me, that's amazing.
Right,
the power of the internet right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
For the both of you, is there a band on your bucket list that you would like to work, tour with, or maybe do an album split possibly?
For me, I would probably say it would be a dream to tour and write with Alter Bridge.
Oh, nice.
I'm a huge, huge Miles Kennedy and Mark Tremonti fan. I love Creed. So, yeah, Miles Kennedy is just a powerhouse of a vocalist. Their songwriting, I mean, I'm a huge, huge fan of them. There's a bunch of bands that I would love to tour with, but I would say for Brand of Julez and what I love to do, I'm like, yeah, I think Alter Bridge would be number one up there to tour and write and record some songs with them. Yeah, that'd be a crazy collaboration. Yeah, I think that would be my number one bucket list for sure.
Yeah, definitely can't stop that one, man. Alter Bridge is amazing. For me personally, it would be Asking Alexandria. That would be the band I would love to tour with. Yeah, that's actually number one. Yeah, that's number one right there, to tour with and to collaborate with. Danny's got an amazing scream, which, me being the screamer in the band, I'm like, yeah, that's he's got some good pipes there, But just also coming from a songwriter's point of view, I enjoy their writing, and musically it's just phenomenal.
Folks, get out and check out Brand of Julez' new single that's out right now called Take It All Away. And also you want to get out and pick up their current album that's out right now called Forward. Please get out and give this band a chance. I feel that you guys will not be disappointed. But hey, to each is their own, and I know everybody likes what they like, but just give this band an opportunity and a chance, folks. For me, please just do this for us. How can folks stay in touch with you guys? Buy some merchandise, tour dates, tickets. How can they do that, guys?
They can go to all of our social media sites, where we have our website up there as well. Check out tour dates. We got an upcoming tour coming up at the end of May with Messer. We'll be on the West Coast. So, yeah, make sure to check that out. And check out our new music video for Take It All Away.
Before I let you guys go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Hells yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey, this is Julian.
And Brandon.
And we are Brand of Julez. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Hey, everybody, stick around. We've got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please go and check out our Facebook page. It has our YouTube channel, plus it has our podcast link, and hopefully soon our Twitch link on there as well. And also get out and check out Brand of Julez. Like I said, just give them the opportunity. And you never know, guys, like I've always said, you may find another band in the rough that you like, and it's very awesome. Thank you guys so much,
John,
Julian and Brandon.
John, thank you so much, man. Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
You guys
It's been such a pleasure.
very, very welcome, my friend.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.